Good morning, football fans, and welcome back to yet another Primetime Face-Off right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 and Out has been bumping all freaking season long. And, well, here we are yet again. And then there were 4. And the crazy part is, by the end of tomorrow night, we will have our 2 contenders for Super Bowl Sunday coming up in just a couple of weeks. And I'll tell you right now, we could not be more excited here at the station, and the stakes could not be higher. We have a team that has not been there since, like, the Civil War. We have a team who has been there in the last couple of years, and I'll tell you right now, they look like a damn bulldozer. Anything in their way, they're probably going to demolish. But will this Stripes team be the wrench in the gears? And we got 2 others on the other side of this thing in the NFC. And let's just say they're familiar with beating on each other. But which one of those 2 teams will get there? Will we have the, hey, what happened to the lights? Just kidding. Or, of course, will we have my favorite Super Bowl ever, actually, at least me being alive, the low-scoring 13-3 Super Bowl 53. Also my number. Just saying. Cool game. Some people hated it. I loved it. Defense. But 4 teams remain. And, well, here to help us out today to talk about 2 of those 4 teams, well, we got our 2 combatants right here. And I hope they're ready to roll. I hope you guys are ready to roll. Because you know, be a good one. The chat room is going. We appreciate everybody getting on in here. We appreciate you so very much. This is going to be a lot of fun, y'all. So, with that said, here we go, y'all. All ready and set for Primetime Face-Off number 1 of the day. Number 1 of 2, that is. As the Cincinnati Bengals get ready to face off against the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2022 AFC Championship game, y'all. This is awesome. I mean, here we go. These are like my 2 favorite games. Sometimes these 2 games are better than the Super Bowl. I'm just going to be real. These 2 games are so amazing and just lots and lots and lots and lots of pressure on everybody, the entire staff, every player. The stakes could not be higher, as I just mentioned. So here we go, y'all. Tomorrow, Championship Sunday gets ready to roll. And, well, here we are today to debate who you think is going to win this game. And, of course, these 2 diehards over here are going to tell you why their team is going to pull this thing off tomorrow. So, with that said, quick ups and big thank you to our sponsors, of course, the Southern California Warriors, the team I play on, and, of course, Background Checks International. If you are a professional if you are a fan of sports out there, give Semi-Pro Sports a try, either to play or to check them out in your area. There are just a bunch of diehards out there doing what they love to either get filmed to go to the next level or maybe even to college or just stay in shape because they love the game. At the end of the day, y'all, that's how it goes, and that's what's up. Make sure to give Southern California Warriors a follow at SoCal Warriors on Twitter, at Southern California _Warriors on Instagram, and at SoCal Warriors or Southern California Warriors on Facebook. And also Background Check International. Kit Freeman is the man. If you have a business out there and you're trying to do background checks, but you know that can get a little pricey, especially in all these COVID times, Kit's got you for a great price. Great dude, wonderful person, and he definitely has your back when it comes to hiring your next employee. How do you do that? Well, make sure to hit him up at www.bcint.com. Once again, this is at www.bcint.com. Check him out on Facebook as well at Background Check International. Guess as you see it down here, /BCI. So make sure to give him a like on Facebook, and there you have it. All right, y'all, make sure to also head on over to iesportsradio.com/shop. Pick yourself up some gear. We love shipping it out. You guys are awesome for getting all geared up and sending us pictures. We'll be posting those on our website soon. All kinds of great stuff. We appreciate you guys so very much for that. And make sure to head on over here right now to @3andout IESR. Let us know who you think is going to win today's game, and we'll get that for you, of course, at the end of this show. So, with that said, we get our 2 judges for the day. My bad, I forgot Taryn was going to join us today. So, Taryn is actually a part of this, but we have one judge here, Turban Patriot, and the other one, Taryn Rodriguez. I'll have him up for the next face-off. But we got 2 judges here today doing the point system of boxing As you guys know, best out of 10 for the rounds. Let's have some fun. So here we go, y'all. The Primetime Face-Off is all set up as these two combatants are ready. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that said, y'all, let's get into the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Cincinnati Bengals by way of upstate New York, he is diehard Cincinnati Bengals fan to the core. And, well, let's just say this guy's quite the auto sports fan as well, as he is one of the co-hosts on The Extra Mile, along with Daryl Kinsey Jr. and Michael Ward. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming our very own Chris Lehman. What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing this morning, Larry?
Oh, it's great to hear for that. I'm doing the best that I can, man. I am enjoying the crap out of this experience with just football, man. It's just a wonderful time. This is our Christmas. I mean, we had Christmas already. This is football Christmas now. So let's roll on now. We have our second combatant. He, of course, representing the home team. He is, without a doubt, probably one of the biggest diehard Chiefs fans I've ever known in my entire life. And the man is sensible and he's respectable. And the crazy part is he just tells it how it is. He is a diehard to the core, just as Chris is here today. He's representing his Chiefs kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here for his 1,047th, I think, time today. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bobby Josinski. What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm just looking forward to hopefully not having to tie again, right?
Taryn and Turbin. If there's a tie in this thing, yeah, Bobby, I think, has the record for most ties. He's been on Primetime Face-Offs.
I feel like I'm in soccer matches, not
seriously,
football.
For some reason, Bobby always has freaking ties. Like, he has, like, one loss, I think, one win, and, like, 4 ties. Like, yeah, this is crazy how he looks right now. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's roll on into this face-off and have some fun, shall we? So thank you, everybody, for jumping in the chat room. And, yeah, congrats to both teams. Moving on. Here we go, you guys. You guys are too much in that chat room. But, all right, there will be no tie. Well, let's hope not. So, all right, y'all, let's go ahead and have some fun and jump on into that first round. X Factors. You love them, I love them. We all love some X Factors. Chris, start us off, brother. The away team, man. X Factors for this game and why.
All right, so let's jump back a couple weeks here to January, the beginning of January, and Ja'Marr Chase puts up more receiving yards than Patrick Mahomes has passing yards. So my X factor is Ja'Marr Chase, Evan McPherson, rookie kicker, whose jersey is sold out indefinitely. You can't even get a custom jersey through the Bengals Pro Shop anymore. So Ja'Marr Chase, Evan McPherson, and then I'm basically just relying on my defensive backs here to contain Mahomes, make sure we're not giving up anything deep to Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. I respect the HE double hockey sticks out of your guys' receiving core. And you guys are the most terrifying team that we play. And we beat you once, and I'm pretty sure that as long as Ja'Marr Chase has the game that he had back to close out the regular season, I like our chances.
I'll tell you, coming out strong, humble, and ready to go. Chris, you're the full package, man. You're taking this 1 week at a time, and I love it. I appreciate you being here. Can we tell Mrs. Lehman too? Thank you very much for letting us borrow you for this half an hour every morning. So
yeah, I told her last week. I said I'm 2-0 right now, and I don't think I can take the rest of this offseason off. So as long as we keep winning, I'm still here.
I think Bobby's saying the same thing up in there. Like, we've been kicking ass every time. So, all right, Bobby. You guys have buzzsawed through pretty much everyone you faced this year. And then there was last week. What a game. But Mahomes, Andy Reid, they showed just how resilient. This team will not stop. I hope this is one of the greatest AFC Championship games we've ever seen. But it all starts with the X Factors. Bobby, who you got, man, and why?
I think my X factor is really just the playoff experience for the Chiefs and also Mahomes. He at Arrowhead, he is 7-1 at Arrowhead in the playoffs. His only loss was, of course, to freaking Tom Brady. So yeah, and he's gone against a lot of up and coming quarterbacks like Burrow. I mean, he's beaten Andrew Luck and he's beaten Josh Allen twice now in the postseason. So I think this is going to be a huge X factor for the Chiefs. Another tidbit about the Chiefs is that also when Mahomes has lost to a team in the regular season and he's faced them in the playoffs that same season, he's 3-0. So he is really good in revenge games when he's lost. So that is a huge, I think something that's like, that's going to be on the Chiefs side, I think, with a little bit of revenge factor, the fact that these teams just played, like Chris said, at the beginning of the month. So that's kind of my X factors for this game.
I'll tell you right now, some great group X factors there. I love the experience. You're absolutely right. The Bengals haven't been here since the last time the Bengals were in this game. I was about 3 weeks from being born. So, yeah, I'm just saying this is, and well, hey, these Chiefs have been around this game the last couple of years, and they honestly do not look like they're not going to not be around this game for the next who knows how long. But all right, guys, so going on to that fire round, let's have some fun. You guys are both humble dudes. I'm so excited that you were able to match up here today because this is going to be interesting. Is it going to be crazy? Is it going to be very respectful? I don't know. This you guys are two great dudes. So fire round time. Let's talk about it. So weaknesses. All right. If you guys can find any on either team, because it's very hard to at this point in time with how good these teams are playing. All right. Start us off, Chris. What are the weaknesses on the Chiefs that you feel your Bengals can expose to win this thing tomorrow?
So just to start out, Larry, to what you said, there are weaknesses on both teams. Joe Burrow was sacked 9 times last week, so let's not pretend there aren't weaknesses. But enough with the yeah, exactly. But moving on to the Chiefs, your offense terrifies the hell out of me. However, your defense, I love our matchup, and probably in a similar way that you like your matchup against our defense, to be completely honest. Like I said, back when we met a couple weeks ago, Jamar Chase, 266 receiving yards, 2 tutties. He just had a career game, and, as far as any career goes, but he's a rookie. And that's what I'm going to do to exploit is it's going to end up in a shootout, just like it was with the Bills. And really what I think this game is going to come down to is who has the ball last. Maybe even in overtime, but I really see a Bills Chiefs play out again this week because Joe Burrow proved back in the beginning of January that he can go toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I think you've made some great points there. All right, well, let's see what Bobby has to say. I don't even want to talk in the middle of this. I'm gonna let you guys just keep going. So, Bobby, what do we got, brother? You heard everything he had to say. Go ahead and respond. And, hey, let us know what are your weaknesses on the Bengals that you feel your Chiefs can expose to win this thing tomorrow.
Yeah, I think regarding the Chiefs defense, I mean, I think they should have Matthew back for tomorrow's game, but also Rashard Fenton, who's one of their starting corners, I think he's going to be available as well. I think he may have gotten injured during this game when they played back in week 17 or maybe missed it. So, his presence is going to definitely help out in that secondary. But yeah, as far as the Bengals' weaknesses, obviously, I think everyone's talked about this, and Chris alluded to a little bit, is that offensive line. And it's not so much the fact that the offensive line is bad. It's where they're bad at the offensive line. It's the right side, the right guard, the right tackles. If you look at some of their rankings, they're one of the worst in the league. And unfortunately for them is that they'll be faced against Chris Jones, who 60% of the time faces up against that side of the offensive line. So this could be a huge day for Chris Jones, obviously being one of the leading sackers in the league. And as well with that, and Chris also mentioned about how Burrow was sacked 9 times. Well, as far as quarterbacks who've been sacked at least 50 times in the regular season, they've made it to this round of playoffs. They have not advanced to the Super Bowl. So having a quarterback who's sacked as much as Joe Burrow is, I mean, that's not the formula for getting to the Super Bowl, getting sacked that much. So if the Chiefs can get pressure on Burrow, this could be a long day for the Bengals, actually. I mean, this could be, maybe not as close to the game that people think if that happens.
No, absolutely, because pressure is the key. And if Burrow can't throw the damn ball, then that's all there is to it. So this offensive line for the Bengals needs to be chewed a new one, like before this game starts or something, because, this is too high of a game to just be, there it goes. We can't, they can't have that. So, so Andrew here says, by the way, Bengal by way of his show, State of Ohio Sports here. He's supporting them Bengals. He says, although it's tough to support a division rival, I have a soft spot for the Bengals because we're Ohio teams and we stick together. So, he's having the unity there, I mean, hey, it works for me. I like it. So, okay. Of course, Browns fan, if you can't tell. So with that said, you guys, let's roll on into this next one. I love it, going back and forth. Chris, you want to go ahead and respond to that? And then, of course, jumping into the lightning round, man. So final round here, you guys. The judges are definitely, I'm so glad I'm not judging. God, I'm so happy I'm not ever judging these things. I would hate it. So lightning round it is, you guys. Here we go. Chris, start us off, brother. Give us the game plan. Every bit of football knowledge you have, give us your game plan for your Bengals to beat these Chiefs. What must they do tomorrow to get back to the game that they haven't been to in pretty much our entire lifetime, Chris?
So, as far as game planning for the offensive line, I think we all can agree that the Tennessee Titans front seven is absolutely loaded, probably the best in the league, possibly, or right up there. They got their whole line. They are primed to always get in that backfield, whereas and it's not a discredit to you guys, but your line is not what theirs is. So I think that utilizing running backs to help out with the backfield is going to be a large part of what we end up doing, because I think we favor the matchup with your defensive back so much that we're not going to rely as much on the running game, or maybe we'll get the play action going. But either way, I don't think that the offensive line is going to have nearly as bad of a game as they did against the Titans. And then defensively, I mean, watch what the Bills did and just do the exact opposite. They played a lot of zone, or at least their man coverage was so bad that it looked like they were playing zone. And that is something that we can't allow to happen. It needs to be a lot of man-to-man with two cover safety. I'm okay, and I think everyone would agree, giving up the check down and then swarming the ball. I mean, I would rather do that 100 times and give up 2 or 3 long plays to Hill over the top, to be completely honest. So I think just shutting down the deep ball, making sure that we're playing sound defensive, and really focusing on our technique, I think is going to be the key to our game, and then just being able to respond offensively.
Wonderful job, Chris. And yes, I can hear it. I can see it. Wonderful stuff. Bobby, it was a lot to hear, man. So I want to hear your side of this dime now, man. Tell us, what is your game plan for your Chiefs to beat these Bengals and get right back to the place that you guys have had success at in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I think going back to the Week 17 game, I was a little bit surprised how much the downfield pass for the Chiefs offense was available. I mean, it seems like they were getting big chunks of yards on this defense. And I think the Bengals are obviously going to make an adjustment. So they may have to rely more on shorter passes or just intermediate passes, which may not be a bad thing, because I kind of felt like in that first matchup, the fact that the Chiefs were kind of getting big chunks and scoring so quick, I don't think it was allowing the defense to really get the rest that they needed. So sometimes scoring quick and getting those big plays can kind of go against you in some ways. So I think more of a methodical approach on offense may have to be the way that you tire out this Bengals defense and give your own defense some rest. So I think that might be the game plan on offense. Defensively, obviously, they're not going to be able to single coverage Chase like they did in that first matchup. That was a big mistake. So we could either be seeing some sort of like zone 2 or cover 2 or double coverage in general on Chase, which unfortunately will leave, probably maybe, we'll see how that works out, because, obviously they have other threats in Higgins and Boyd, and also their tight end is pretty good too as far as being a receiver. So, but I mean, obviously, you can't give Chase the big chunks downfield like he had, especially the 3rd and 27. But at the same time, I think one thing that people aren't bringing up too is the Chiefs didn't score a single touchdown in that second half of the first matchup, and yet the Chiefs only lost by 3. So I think something about, I think if the Chiefs were able to at least score 1 touchdown that second half, I think that game was a victory for them. I mean, they were up by 11 points in that first half at halftime. So I think whatever the Bengals did to them in the second half defensively, they're going to make the adjustment. And I think we're going to see more of a efficient, offense for the Chiefs throughout the entire game this time.
Oh my goodness. Gentlemen, that was awesome. We appreciate you so much for being here today. That is today's face-off. We have one more. We're going to go back and forth with the scores, but gentlemen, I love it. Yes, single coverage is a horrible idea ever to man up on either Tyreek Hill or Jamar Chase. Not the smartest thing unless you have one hell of a DB. Okay, I don't know. We might see a mixture of cover 3 where we have, 2 over the top. We might see a mixture of cover 2 to try and keep everything underneath and press it. The problem is they're so damn fast that Tyreek Hill, I've seen him in cover 2 where he gets a blanket over him and then he just finds a crease and takes off. So, I mean, Jamar Chase is pretty much, I don't think he's not as fast as Hill. But amazing stuff here from you guys, gentlemen, and awesome. So, judges, go ahead and get the tally for us, man. Send us in your tally. Tell us, of course, your points and get those in now. And while we're doing that, well, bottom line, 4 points to the team. That's pretty much about it. So, with that said, you guys, judges, Turbin and Terrence, send those votes in. And we're going to go one more time around, short and sweet. You can always decline. Once again, superstition is okay. It's all right. So, Chris, final score and why?
I'll actually repeat the score from earlier this year. I think it'll be 31-34 Bengals. I think that is a overly fair score, but I think the most important thing, kind of like I had said last week, and who did I go against last week? Titans. Either way.
Davidson.
Yes. We had both agreed that it was going to come down to a field goal, and what do you know? Most of the games last week did. And 31-34 is definitely a fluid number, but I think realistically it's going to come down to 3 points. Like Drew said, 3 points. That it's going to come down to kicking is really what it's going to be.
Well, gentlemen, I got to tell you, last week was crazy. And, well, we have some more of those. You guys both make valid points. Bobby also made a point earlier. I mean, if they get back there enough to Burrow, this might not be close. But then again, if they pack that hole, man, I mean, we just have 2 great games on deck for tomorrow. And, gentlemen, you guys have made some great points. Terrence says here, Chiefs 37, Bengals 35. Drew saying 33-30 Bengals. So, yeah. Hey, and look at it's right. Drew had his show yesterday, of course, talking about this team. So, yeah, I mean, okay, let's see here, you guys. Let's see what we got. And, well, here we go. Judges have a final score for us. So I'm getting those in immediately. However, I do want to go ahead and talk about the other tally because, dang it, it's always fun to talk about the tallies. All right, so thank you all for heading on over to @3 and @IESR and getting your vote who think is going to win. This vote was going on all week long. I put this thing up like on Monday or Tuesday, and everyone got a chance to get on this thing. Man, it was close. But ladies and gentlemen, you the diehards out there have spoken, and there was no tie in this thing because, well, it's a good one, but some of you feel that there was one team that stuck out better than the other. And, well, here we go, you guys. And with 53% of the votes, that is how close the voting poll was. And honestly, I think that's how close it's going to be. With 53% of the votes, you, the listeners, are going with the Kansas City Chiefs to win this thing. Hey, once again, I mean, there you go. Yes, Chris saw it. But overall, you guys, I mean, hey, it's the experience. I think that's all coming into play and all that. But when it comes down to it, this is an amazing matchup, like I said. And overall, you guys, I am just looking forward to a great game between these two teams. So overall, great score lines there. We see the voters have spoken. It's a real thin margin, but people are saying the Chiefs. Then the Bengals here. Jazz says Bengals 35-31. So we're going back and forth here. We're getting some going back and forth action here. But the final scores are in, and I'm just tallying these suckers up real quick. And, well, I'll tell you, this was certainly a fun one. And well, I guess there's no need to do the math. I wanted to do the math. It'd be kind of fun. But it was a close one, ladies and gentlemen. Turbin scores this bout 10-10, 9-8, 9-9. All in favor of Bobby, 28-26 in this one. Now, Taryn's going to have to give this a few more points to Chris if he wants this thing to be the victory. And, well, if Chris actually gets enough to tie Bobby's going to literally just not talk to me no more when I ask him if he wants to be on these. However, we will find out. Taryn scores this bout 9-9, 9-8, and 9-8, which means there's no tie today. Ladies and gentlemen, all in favor of our winner of today's bout by majority decision. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Josinski. How's it going, brother? Okay.
Oh man, I'm 2-0-1 now in the playoffs, so I'll take it.
Hey, I mean, that's a pretty neat little margin there. I mean, my goodness, man. So overall, let me go ahead and do the math real quick. I just want to go ahead and do it. So it looks like so 55 here. Yeah, 55 to oh wow, that's a wow. 55-51. Man, that's pretty good little game there. You guys went at it. Solid stuff. And well, there you have it. So, Bobby, what you got to say about that, man?
Yeah, it was. I was expecting to be a little bit closer with the judges. To be honest, I wasn't expecting to win unanimously like that. I mean, Chris knows his stuff about his Bengals, so I was sweating this one out for sure.
I'm with you, man. We got some people. Terrence says, "Who I want to win Bengals? Who will realistically win the Chiefs?" Oh no, it hurts from a Chargers fan. There's no hope from some of you guys, man. And then avenge the Browns, Chris. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys. This has been a fun one, Chris. I'll tell you, this, of course, is all fun, the playoff and everything, having fun here on the face-off. But, Mr. Chris, tomorrow, brother, is the real deal. And, well, we can talk about it all we want to here, but these teams are going to talk on the field loud tomorrow. So, with that said, Bobby, we thank you. Chris, we thank you. Final words, you guys, before we're out of here. You get a few moments here. Oh, my apologies for the next one. We got plenty of time for the next one. So, Bobby, final words before we go ahead and get on here. And, of course, where can all these diehards find you?
Yeah, you can follow me at my Twitter handle there at Bob Josinski. And I guess since there's a little bit of time, I guess I didn't get a chance to put my final score. I think it's going to be Chiefs 38-34 is what my prediction is going to be.
My bad, Bobby.
That's good. That's good.
I was so excited to get the tally up there. But okay, great stuff and great score. He got the win. All right, Chris. I know he's like looking over here like, I don't even like you no more. I'm sorry, Chris. But, all right, brother. Final thoughts, man. Of course, where can all these diehards find you?
So my Twitter is at Fiji Sims. And before I go into the extra mile, I just want to say that let's keep pretending this is your dad's and your grandpa's Bengals. Let's just keep denying the fact that we're here. We're not going anywhere, and we're 2-0 in the AFC Championship. Never lost one. So let's just keep pretending that we suck and we're gonna cry our way back to Cincinnati because it's not gonna happen.
Yes, I'm loving it.
So it's 20. I'm 29 years old. Bengals hadn't won a playoff game in 31 years. So this is my first playoff run ever. And every week the pundits pick against us, and every week we prove them wrong. So, Bobby, you did a great job. Congratulations. But I don't think that this is how it's going to go tomorrow afternoon. And then as far as my show, Extra Mile IESR, that's our Twitter handle. We go live Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We talk all things motorsports. That's NASCAR, IndyCar, F1. Daryl talks a little hydroplanes, and then a little drag racing as well. Not the RuPaul kind, but the Top Fuel drag kind. That'd actually be a good tagline for the show. I just kind of came up with that on the spot. But we got the
new audience than you expected.
Yeah,
Wow.
We got the Rolex 24 coming up, which I got to figure out which way I'm pointing here. Which this guy, he's going to be on covering a couple hours of it. And we'll be breaking all that down next week. We got the Clash at the Coliseum 2 weeks from now, the week of the Pro Bowl. That's going to be great. Larry's going to go. He said he promised he was getting tickets, and he's going to join the show and talk about it on this coming Thursday. So anyway, that's where to find me. That's a little bit about the show. So hope you tune in.
I'm happy over here, man. I love you some sports, y'all. Well, gentlemen, you guys are absolutely incredible. We appreciate you so very much. And yeah, views from the extra mile after that joke. You hilarious, very funny. Hey, we love you, RuPaul. we ain't no hate here. You guys are hilarious. I'm loving the the puns, the jokes, the everything you guys bring every week, man. The facts. That's my favorite. You guys are awesome. So with that said, you guys, thank you so very much for being here today. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you all, man. Well, appreciate you both. God bless you and your families. Have a wonderful rest of your evenings, man, or days. And hey, tomorrow, let's have some fun, you guys. Enjoy the game. I'll talk to one of you next week. We'll see you soon, y'all. Take care.
All right. See ya.
All righty, you guys. My final weigh-in is going to go like this. Very simple. I don't want to sit here and say anything that's going to sound crazy. At the end of the day, we all know how strong this Chiefs team is, and we all know how good this Bengals team is. At the end of the day, y'all, I can't sit here and say that all those sacks last week may or may not be fixed. I do know that this Chiefs defense is pretty good. I know that this Chiefs offense is solid. I know Andy Reid. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to sit here and bash the Bengals, but at the end of the day, I can't go nowhere else but the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going final score 35-24 in this one. I think the Bengals are going to have a great game and get their licks, but overall, I'm taking the Chiefs. With that said, you guys, stay tuned. Just a couple more minutes here, and we'll be live and ready to go for the NFC Championship Primetime Face-Off. This is me, your boy, Larry B., and I will see you in just a few moments. Until then, take care, and as always, God